Again, these overheads are subclassified into 3 types. Again, these overheads are subclassified into 3 types. These overheads are classified on the basis of functions. You can see that also. On the basis of function. On the basis of functions, again this is subclassified into 3 types. Office and administration overheads. Office and administration overheads. Factory overheads. Selling and distribution overhead. So, if you see here, this overheads again it has been subclassified into 3 types on the basis of functions. So, on the basis of functions, the overheads are subclassified into 3. What are those? First one is factory overheads, second one is office and administration overheads, and third one is selling and distribution overheads. Let us see this subclassification in depth now. So, what do you mean by these factory overheads? What do you mean by this factory overheads? Any indirect expense, any indirect expense incurred is related to the factory or manufacturing purpose. It is known as factory. So, any indirect expense which is incurred is related to the factory. Any indirect expense which is incurred, if it is related to the factory, then such indirect expense we will call it as a which overheads? Factory overheads. For example, factory rent. The rent which we are paying for the factory is related to factory overheads. Why? Because the rent we are paying for factory. Next, supervisor salary. Generally, where the supervisor will be working? The supervisor will be working inside the factory premises. The salary which is paid to the supervisor is classified as a which overheads here? Factory overheads. Next, depreciation on plant and machinery. Why? Because this plant and machinery where we will be using, generally we will be using for manufacturing purpose inside the factory premises. So, the depreciation which we calculate on plant and machinery, that is also classified as a what ma? Here factory overheads. All these are the examples of factory overheads. Next one do we have here? Office and administration overheads. Office and administration overheads. Any indirect expense incurred is related to the, any indirect expense incurred is related to the running of office and maintenance of administration overheads is known as office and administration overhead. So, any indirect expense incurred which is related to running of office and maintenance of administration in the manufacturing organization, then such indirect expenses will be classified as office and administration overheads. For example, office rent. Yes, we will pay rent for factory, that is the reason that is classified as factory overheads. If we are paying the rent to the office, then that is classified as a office and administration overheads. Next. Salary paid to administration staff. Salary paid to administration staff, it is classified as office and administration overheads, whereas salary paid to factory workers, salary paid to supervisors, that is classified as factory overheads. Depreciation on office equipment. In the case of factory, we will be having plant and machinery. So, depreciation on plant and machinery is classified as factory overheads. But whereas in the case of office, we will be having a office equipment like office table, office almara, office locker, AC, sofa set, furniture, all these are classified as the office equipment. So, the depreciation which we are calculating on the office equipment is classified as office and administration overheads. Next. Accountant salary. The salary which we are paying to the accountant, that accountant salary can be classified as office and administration overheads. Why? Because generally accountant will be working in the office premises. That is the reason the salary which is paid to the office accountant, that is also called as office and administration overheads. Next. Legal charges, auditor fees, etc. All these are the examples of office and administration overheads. And the next element to we have is selling and distribution overheads. Actually, in the CMA inter level, we will be studying selling and distribution overheads as a one word, but actually speaking, selling is a separate terminology and distribution is a separate terminology here. Okay, now let us see selling and distribution overheads. Selling and distribution. Any indirect expenses incurred to promote and sell finished goods is known as selling and distribution overhead. Any indirect expenses incurred either to promote and sell finished goods, that we can classify it as a selling and distribution overheads. For example, marketing office rent, yes, factory related factory overheads, office related office and administration overheads, sales related it will be coming under the selling and distribution overheads. Go down rent, salary paid to marketing staff, depreciation on delivery vehicle, etc. All these are the examples, all these are the examples for selling and distribution overheads. Okay, now all these example, marketing office rent, yes, when it is related to the factory rent, that is factory overheads. When it is related to the office rent, office overheads. When it is related to marketing office, then it is classified as selling and distribution overheads. Next, factory workers salary, factory overheads, office administration staff salary, office overheads, marketing boy salary, then marketing, it will come under the selling and distribution overheads. Basically, any indirect expense which is incurred either to promote or to sell any finished good, that we can classify it as a selling and distribution overheads. And here another one more also will be there, secondary packing expense. This secondary packing expense will be classified as selling and distribution overheads. This will be classified as selling and distribution overheads.